Hi there, this is Garyryanblair, and I've got some uncommon advice for extraordinary success. I like to call it, remove the friction. You see, life is a game, yet unlike most games, it does not come with an instruction manual. You see, the assumption of most players in the game of life is that massive action, consistency, and perseverance is how you win the game. But high-performing players, they do things differently. They play chess, while others play checkers. See, they know that the game is won much quicker and much easier by focusing on two overlooked metrics, and they are removing friction and conversion speed. And this itself begs the question, what does it mean to remove friction and how? How does it help you to achieve your goals faster? You see, friction is defined as any form of resistance, dissension, or conflict which prevents or slows down forward progress. As an example, in sales, when you remove objections, potential problems, inconvenience, and anything that stands between your offer and the customer saying yes, this is a textbook example of removing the friction. And by becoming proficient at removing friction in the sales cycle, well, that immediately differentiates you in a profound and meaningful way. And the result of removing friction is that conversion rate accelerates and customer acquisition climbs. This is how high-performing players win bigger faster. And when it comes to the achievement of your goals, the same exact process applies. You need to remove the friction. And that's where the challenge begins, because friction is an invisible enemy. You can't see it, you can't touch it, you can't smell it, nor can you taste it, but it makes its presence felt. See, friction is a powerful form of resistance that makes you flinch, to second guess, to freeze up, to procrastinate and feel overwhelmed when thinking about anything outside of your comfort zone. And it arises from within. It's self-generated and it is self-perpetuated. And if it's not removed or reduced, it will lead to self-destruction. See, the mind chatter of friction prevents writers from writing, painters from painting, runners from running, and it prevents coaches from coaching. And I know of no enemy, no competition or opposition force that is more insidious or vicious than friction. It is a serious competitive problem that warrants a serious and sustained competitive solution. And that is why it's in your best interest to learn how to remove friction. I'm talking about the mental drama between where you are and where you want to go. Because the cost and consequences of friction and resistance are difficult for any of us to ignore. You see, the high price of friction is commonly imposed for the harshness of lost dreams, of compromised self-esteem, of broken spirits, hopelessness, and other forms of self-sabotage. Friction is a bitch. It's a world-class ball buster that will test you at every step of the way. It will always work to undermine you and to crush your belief in yourself. This rat bastard will always call for and demand your resignation letter. It will ruthlessly attempt to extract a pound of flesh, and it will always goad and prod you into abandoning your dream. But you must remember that success always hangs in the balance. See, friction is never a reason for quitting. It's only an excuse for those unwilling to face their doubts, their insecurities, and their mental boogeyman. It's an engine of self-destruction and understands nothing but brute force. And for you to overcome the defensive, unsportsmanlike conduct of resistance, you must deploy a strong, relentless offense. You must also develop an indomitable spirit. I'm talking about an unbreakable will, a relentless resolve to rise above the dirty tricks and the diabolical mind games of friction. So let's do a quick review. Anything that slows or causes you to abandon your goals is a source of friction. You need to identify and remove the friction that creates fear, doubt, and procrastination. And removing friction allows you to convert your goals into reality faster and much easier. If your growth is flattened out, if you feel stuck in a rut, it's most likely due to some form of internal friction that is holding you back. Therefore, if you're ever going to find your greatness, you must decide that what you want is bigger and far more important than the friction and the resistance force which prevents you from achieving it. Now I'll close with some very good news. See, if friction and resistance could not be beaten, there would be no Eiffel Tower, there would be no man on the moon, no Mona Lisa, and certainly no Great Wall of China. Everyone deals with friction throughout their lives, and if you choose to, you can beat it at its own game and begin to convert all your goals faster and easier than you ever imagined possible. And that is the primary reason why I put together the 100-Day Challenge, to show you how to accelerate your goals faster than you ever possibly imagined. So check it out at 100daychallenge.com and make it the very next thing you do.